That's right, Devils. Hello. And hello to you too. Welcome back to Just Gay. Welcome back to Powerwash Simulator 2. Welcome back. Yeah, lately we've been cleaning a lot of stuff, power washing a lot. We've been getting a lot of really big jobs lately, at least relatively speaking. That's why all the videos have been so long. Usually these are like the shorter ones, but I don't mind this kind of taking the spot of being the larger one. It does mean that our office is getting pretty full up with objects. There's this big open area here, but you see we got a little standing area. Yeah, what's up? I'm here to get my thing power washed, and then I'd be over here like, dude, I can power wash any forking thing. You know, that'd be me. That'd be me if I was like trying to sell you on power washing. You know, I'd be sitting here. Oh yeah, what's up? Welcome to my power wash place. And you know, and you'd be in. Excuse me. That's right, where you belong. Fucking. Anyway, you're working like, oh wow, what a lovely, respectable establishment. You'd see me listening to my music going, wow, I should really, I should really have this guy power wash my stuff. That's what's been going on lately. Anyway, let's start washing. We'll get to the Caldera Chronicles and the Adventure Time and the Star Wars DLC when we get there. But first, we're cleaning up a road sweeper. Finn Harris. I want you to know from this day forth, you are forever loved by at least one person, me. Started work this morning and forgot all about my detour around the annual Huckleberry Run on Oak Street. Drove my road sweeper straight into the party zone. Not sure what the fallout from this is going to be. I'm hoping with all that juice flying around, people kept their camera phones in their pockets and I've got away with it. One thing for sure, if I go back to the yard with it looking like this, then I know what my work nickname's going to be for the next 40 years. Don't worry, buddy. I got you. I'm hoping this will be a little bit of a smaller job. Certainly looks like it, but with the way things go, you never can be too sure. But let's get started. Ooh, I don't even need any. I'll definitely need a little bit of soap then. Yep, pretty bad, isn't it? Don't worry about it, Finn. It's fine. As soon as I turned the corner and saw all the revelers having fun and chucking huckleberries around, I knew I was in trouble. Yeah, that's how you know. I had no choice but to style it out and act like I was supposed to be there. Yeah, sometimes that's all you can do, Finn. Sometimes that's all you can do. Just kind of fake it till you make it kind of thing. I totally belong here, you know? Oh, yeah. How have you guys been? Been doing alright. You know, growing. In all manner of different ways, you know? Man, I love using the suds. It seemed, it probably would have been semi-alright if I hadn't panic pressed my brushes on. I don't know, I just thought, I'm driving through this parade, gotta look official. Like I was a fruit mixer or something. Finn, happens to the best of us, champ. Happens to the best. I severely underestimated the power of the sweep. They turned the street into a river of jelly in seconds. Did you kill someone, Finn? I understand it was the Huckleberry thing, but how much jelly could there have possibly been at that level? Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, you know, continuing to take time, make sure that I'm alright as much as you can. You know, it's very difficult, hard to check in with yourself, hard to give you the time that you feel you deserve, you know, or give you the time that you don't feel you deserve, but you do, rather. Oh man, I'm getting all kinds of pingalings. Even then, I could have probably written it out if I hadn't started waving. Jesus. Don't know. Just thought I gotta own this moment. See? Yeah? What? Say something else. All the while down below, the brushes were creating a disaster zone of epic proportions. So you rolled in to the Huckleberry Festival. Started sweeping up a storm. Jelly spewing everywhere. And your ass just started waving. Hi, how are you? Yeah, it's crazy, right? Good to see you. I'm the sweeper. Jesus, what a maniac. Gotta respect his effort, though. He was really trying to keep it together. It's just he couldn't have possibly kept it together. Some of us have the gift, some of us don't. Finn doesn't have it. Tried to play it off smooth, just caused an international incident. It'll be remembered in local history for years to come. Yeah, I am using a different controller than normal. Other controllers having a little bit of problems. Just with like a stick drift and that kind of thing, so I didn't want to chance it, you know, that it'd start messing things up. If you were curious about the different controller symbols. I just wanted to keep morale high, you know. I really hope no one reports this. I love my job. I'm sure it'll be fine. Then every time I catch a piece of litter between my brushes, I feel like a black hole sucking in yet another galaxy. I don't know about that though. That seems a little strange to me, quite frankly, Finn. You feel like you're sucking up a galaxy, like of people, or what was that? I just saw. Is that just under? Okay. Yeah, there's like the top has a thing, but there you go. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Finn seems like he's going through a hard time, so as much as I want to just grill him, I'm gonna try to just. He seems to be aware of what he did. You know, he seems to be very aware that he fucked up. Oh. Meanwhile, in the church, who the? How did you get a picture of that when I'm right here? How did you get a picture of that when I'm right here? Oh, everyone knows Finn. Oh no, poor guy. Good luck to the geezer. Let him have it, mate. Clearly underpaid. Oh, please. CDL drivers earn good money. Do they? I don't know. I heard it's kind of up and down. Well, most jobs are kind of up and down. Sometimes you really... I hope so, because he's going to need a vacation. Urgento? You're funny, Debs. You're funny. There we go. And I think it's just like the top mainly that is still like dirty. You're dirty. Yeah, this job was very quick and easy. I didn't mind this at all. But now it's a little too short of a job. Might have to go for another one. That's how you do it. Lucy Kid, is this Royal Flush? I need to get my gas station all cleaned up before we're closed down for good. That looks like a very intense job. I'm going to leave that for its own video. Tessa here from the council. Thanks again, Rinson. You got Finn out of a real sticky one there. And don't worry, he's fine. In fact, he's currently telling his story to the local news network. Okay. I mean, as long as he's fine. As long as he is okay. Oh, man, that was barely... I think that was barely 10 minutes. We're going to need to do another one. That's over 1,000. This is going to be a huge job. Morning, sugar. The high muckamucks in the ivory towers of Lubri City have demanded we clean our humble gas station. Can you believe the gall of them? First, they build a new interstate that reduces passing traffic to a trickle. Then they say we're an eyesore to the few still traveling on it. This town of the year things put a rocket on up all our behinds. If they ain't happy with the state of the place, they could at least put their hands in their pockets rather than expect honest folks like us to foot the bill. Anyway, you best get on. We'll be inside twiddling our thumbs and staring at the walls. I'll get it done. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll get it nice and clean. Oof, man. This looks like it'll be very nice for the ground thing, though. The flat surface. What the fuck was that? Alright. Where do we start? Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Always a good way. Get the fuck up. Where he belongs. Yeah. Let's get started here. Well, let's see. Yeah, how much is... There we go. Yeah, it's not that bad. Ooh. You know what that means, folks. You know what that means. That means it's time for some suds. We're sudsing it up, getting it spotless. Making it sure it's nice and clean. Here we go, here we go. And then... Say, are you doing the whole thing over? Yeah. So you said. Right? You know, like the doors, walls, and all the fiddly bits up front. Even the... Yeah, I'm on the roof right now, Lou. Only I ain't been up there for quite some time, but our boy Marvin practically lives up there, so who knows what you'll find. I found a dumbass gnome. And a little, like, I don't know, like a little picnic setup kind of thing. There we go. There we go, yeah. Things are kind of shifting around in my life. Got a big kind of move that's going on right now. It's making me a little nervous, to be honest. I talk about it in some videos, but not all of them. About my general struggles with anxiety and that kind of thing. You know, just the general hardships of it all. And I think after that, I'll just... Yeah. Let me swap to over here. There we go. And yeah, this move isn't only affecting me, but man, it's, I don't know. I get so uneasy. I feel like a lot of things are kind of in flux right now, and it's got me struggling to kind of find my footing, you know? I find that I really need something solid to stand on. You know, I really got to be like, okay, this is one. There's a playground back here. I really need to have something very solid to stand on. And that is getting very difficult. Getting harder and harder, but I'm doing my best to kind of remember all the critical things that, like, you need to always keep in mind, you know. Wait, am I using the proper? Yeah, I got that. Okay. You know, you can only control what you can control, which is usually just yourself. I'm trying to keep things together. But yeah, it always feels like everything is just moving so fast and you have so little input. The ability to change things around. It's hard, but I'm trying, you know. I know I'm definitely not the first person, even in like the people that I know myself, to deal with this kind of feeling or emotion, you know. I have ties all like from basically everyone that I know in my family, every side, every relation, every whatever. There's at least one person who is like, you're gonna need to put that down right now because I'm terrified you're gonna drop it. You know, it's always just some desperate plea to, I guess, just to just have a bit of like, please put that down, you know. It's like that constantly. So I know I'm not alone, but it's still just like, oh man, this feeling, you know. It's a very hard feeling to have, what feels like constantly. It's hard to know if it is truly constant, you know, given how quickly sometimes emotions can shift. But it feels constant. It feels like there's like never a moment where I'm not feeling it. And even right now, I'm feeling it at least a little bit. Try to get a nice little like kind of starter area, and then I can go from there. Yeah, it's all just so, just living is so much, you know. What's up, Blue? I'll tell you what, Sugar, you wouldn't believe the things we see come along here now. They've opened the interstate. Okay, well, I bet it's all kinds of, anyone sneaking in or out of town comes this way, but so too do the mining trucks now. You should see the size of them. Okay. Seems pretty interesting, Lou. Yeah, you know, I think one of the things I try to draw comfort from is that I'm not the first person to have these feelings. And the fact that humanity is here means that to some degree those feelings must have been dealt with or pushed past, you know? I feel like the more time that I spend looking at people and doing my best to like really try to understand them, I feel like everyone just has like their own awful thing, you know? Everyone has like a bit of difficulty. Everyone has their own thing of like, will you just put that down, please? You know? So it's nice to feel like even in these moments that not a lot of people will talk about, you know, these days mental health is getting kind of at least a bit of the attention that it deserves. But even still, like there's so much stigmatization and downplaying of the struggles that mental health can bring, you know, especially if you're seen as someone who shouldn't be dealing with that, you know. A lot of older generations will just call those in the younger generation, they call them soft or whatever, call them weak or crazy. Nobody wants to work anymore, you know, you'll hear that a lot. But I think I've talked about it before, but those claims were also made about the people now making those claims. Because the thing is, as each generation goes by, oh, did I clean up? Yeah. Okay. As each generation goes by, they also want to make things better. You know? So before it was like, well, you don't want to send your 10-year-old to go to the mines, bud? Nobody wants to work anymore. These fucking youngsters. And then it was like, what, you don't want to work every day of your life? You want to have time off? Nobody wants to work anymore. And it's always been like that. It's always... And now it's like, what do you mean you don't want to give everything to a company that doesn't like you or will ever put yourself above them? Nobody wants to work anymore. You know? So it makes things feel a bit easier. To be like, oh, this is just like, this is just the latest version of that, you know? This isn't like a new, never before seen kind of thing. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so there's that. There's that. We got the whole, like, top done. I guess we could just go along the main outside walls, I guess, like on the furthest thing. Like right here, yeah. You know? So that makes all the hardships that, like, I face and deal with not feel as, I guess, big. Not as daunting, you know? And it certainly makes me feel a lot less crazy that I feel this way, you know? Because knowing that this is just the latest line and nobody wants to work anymore means that society is progressing as it should. Like, you know, the new people are like, wait, you mean like this? Like, that's awful. I don't want to do that. That's ridiculous, you know. That's abusive, exploitative, you know. Is that, what is that? No. Where are you, little pal? Like little bits here and there. There we go. I guess, yeah, let's clean up these sidewalls here. I got the long one, I guess, yeah. I just wish that the people making those claims of nobody wants to work anymore would see the irony that they themselves were once that nobody wants to work anymore people, you know? They were the younger generation who wanted working conditions to be better. They were the revolutionaries at one point, you know? But I guess we all have our part to play. You know? Old people need to get crazy. Young people need to get crazier. Parky, Dirt Finder. It's Park Warden. I hear you're back in business. We're in a bit of a fix at the recreation grounds. The bandstand's filthy dirty. Sure would appreciate your help. Sure, man. Happy to help. So yeah, that helps a lot for me. There you go. I think that's that. That, and then just thinking through everything. Trying to keep a certain context to everything, and an understanding that, like I mentioned before, like everyone is going through their own thing. And I mean specifically like mental health struggles. I think less and less that there are like these normal people, you know. I think everyone has a little bit of something, at least. At least I think so, you know. At least most people. They've got like a little something. A little thing where they're a little scared, a little unreasonably scared about something. Worry about something a little bit too much, you know. Oh, that lovely little mural. I'm glad my Powerwash thing isn't taking this off. It's probably set on there with some type of thing. go. There we go. And then let's get back to the sun. Like every person that I think of and can see is driven by these weird, irrational fears. These weird, irrational anxieties, you know? I even think money-hungry people, like very greedy people, are very much a part of that. I think they too. Oh, what's up, Lou? Some of these rigs, what passed by, might as well call them drivable houses. They're as big as one. You feel them before you see them. I think I feel one now. Wait for it. Was there? Hello? Lou? Alright, I'm going back. I'm not gonna. Anything? Maybe it's like a thing, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, let's continue. Do I hear something? Am I crazy? Suze has me nervous now. Now I'm just uneasy. But yeah, I think everyone has their own difficulties, their own irrational fears. I feel like most of that is just brought about by the way you were raised, genetics, nature, nurture, all those things, and then your own life experiences. You know, like what got into you when you were a youngster. Was that just the freeze? Do they have like an ambient? Yeah, the freezer has like an ambient noise. That's cool. Because it is supposed to be. I don't know, that's cool. I like that. A little attention to detail. Oh, is this like a pet washing station? That's cool. Whoa. Nice. Alright, I think that's this whole area. Faucet. There we go. Alright, I guess since we're here, we'll clean you up, pal. Get you looking nice and sparkly, Mr. Ice Machine. Yeah, you know, like maybe if I have enough money, if enough things have my name on it, things will change and I won't have to die or people will like me. You know, all of those things that we think we all move past when we're like youngsters. You know, but we really don't. The deeper you look into someone, the more that's kind of most of all of their anxiety. All of their worries is death or wanting to be liked. Oh, here we go. Damn, what is that? Jesus. Massive. Hey, Ulysses. Oh, did I finish it up? Oh, the door. There we go. Okay, nice. Yeah, you know, and it's just like, damn, like if you could just be outside of yourself for a minute, you'd realize just how wrong you were. It's like the exact same thing with, oh, I was already talking about that, the very greedy, money-hungry people out there, you know. And I understand we live in a capitalistic society. Money needs to be made, but even then, there's people who go too far with it, you know? It's everything to them. No family, no nothing. Nothing means anything to them. But this vague thing of wealth accumulation. I think even that is just based in a fear of probably losing control of yourself and everything around you. If I own everything, then, you know, nothing can do anything that I don't want. What's up, Lou? No, that ain't it. That thing might as well have come out of a piñata. Oh no, those things are much bigger than that. Wait for it. Okay, I'm here. I'm here and I'm waiting, Lou. Part of me wishes that these people could just like see that like this won't solve everything. But I know sometimes you just need to see it for yourself. And it's just the fact that often you see things too late. So that makes me a bit sad, you know. Because I used to be very angry all the time. All the time. Now I'm not as angry all the time anymore. And it's just become like a low level disgruntledness. Which is strange because I feel like the more I learn about everything, the angrier I should get, but that anger doesn't latch on in the way that it used to. It might be a thing because I'm getting older. It might be, well, like I mentioned, I haven't mentioned it, but it's just something I say. Like little bits of like stoicism or remembering what you can control. Managing yourself, you know. I feel like all those things are very important. Is that everything on here? I think so. But even those things, they get perverted and twisted, you know. I feel like stoicism is often perverted to be the very thing that I always talk about at the end of every episode, which is don't suffer in silence. I feel like people pervert stoicism to become a thing of just shut up. Just shut up. And that is not what stoicism is about. It's about controlling yourself. It's not about burying your feelings away. It's about managing them. You know, really, it's about managing your own kind of anxiety levels and that kind of thing. Being able to remind yourself of what you ultimately can control. You know? But that happens with everything. So even that, you can't get like, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now. I'm managing my own emotions, reminding myself of what I can control. All the things, you know. It happens with everything. It happens with religion. I know one of the biggest things here in America is the prosperity gospel, I think it's called. It's all those asshole preachers who, you know, I keep things pretty even keel. Pardon me. Don't know if you heard that. I keep things pretty even keel on this channel. Mostly. Outside of things I'm really passionate about. In terms of like frustration or like anger that I feel towards people. But yeah, prosperity gospel people can go fuck themselves. I will always say that loud and proud. They take something which should mean a very specific thing, with Christianity, the gospel, Jesus Christ, you know, all those things, and they twist them. They subvert them into this thing about wealth, when, from my reading of any text that has to do with Jesus, it is basically 99% anti-wealth. I can't think of a single verse where Jesus is like, hey man, you need to boost up your revenue. I feel like he is constantly saying the exact opposite. Give everything you have away. Give it to the people who actually need it. Give it to the poor and live with them. Feed people that need to be fed. Help them who need to be helped. Don't ask for payment. I feel like anytime Jesus would step in himself in any of the most popular stories, it would always be from that angle. I feel like one of the most like well-known one was when he it was the fish and the breaking of the bread. And he just said, like, hey, just feed them. And they're like, yo, there's not enough food here for everybody. And he's like, just do it. And they did it, and there was enough. And, you know, I think the story behind that is that, like, there is enough. Like, you might have your own ideas that, well, we can't just take care of everyone, but Jesus will provide, you know? And I think that that's the kind of thing. I feel like those prosperity people are exactly the people who are like, well, we don't have enough. Oh, what's up, Lou? Just you hold your horses. They'll be along. Don't you worry about that. I'm sure they will, Lou. I'm sure they will. And yeah, like, I always get bothered with that because I think, to me, they're perverting something which could be very good. I think the type of dude that Jesus was, irregardless of your own religious ideals, you know, Christian, atheist, Muslim, Buddhist, Jainist, whatever. I think most people can agree that Jesus was a pretty cool dude. Just Jesus, you know. I don't know about any of the other shit. Any of the other bad stuff. I'm talking just about Jesus. And just the way most people understand him. Who is basically a hippie. A weird hippie, you know? A revolutionary who was martyred for the cause. I think that dude is pretty cool. So I think to see something like that twisted and perverted into give me money and you'll just get money somehow. And you see people who are showing up in wheelchairs and they got medical debt that is destroying them. And they're spending their entire lives just waiting and hoping and giving money to these bastards who are giving them nothing back is sickening. Oh, come on, let me. Like, I think it's the ultimate, like, you're abusing people who should not be abused, you know? These people's lives are hard enough, and you are not helping. And, you know, there's a few times in the Bible where Jesus he'll undertake a bit of violence, and not actual like brutalistic violence. Usually that's left for the Old Testament and, you know, God himself commanding people to do awful, horrific things, which is why I'm only talking about Jesus. There's a few times that Jesus will get a little bit violent, you know, and it's always with people like that. It's always with prosperity gospel type people. False idols are people who will steal things away from the hard workers of society. You know, the people who really need it. The people who can't work for themselves. Which are exactly the type of people that I see getting taken advantage of by these dudes, which is why it's like such a big deal to me. Because I'm like, oh, like you're doing like the one thing you should not do, you know? Like I get get your bag, you know, get your money up, not your funny up. But it's like, dude, you're like destroying people's lives for your own sake. And specifically using it under the banner of something like Jesus, who is like all anti-wealth, all help everyone and don't ask for anything in return. Don't expect anything. Help for its own sake. It's like, oh, like it's a violation. I don't, you know, I'm not a preacher. I'm not talking about anything from a religious point of view, like I mentioned. I'm strictly like, this is a bad people do bad thing, and I'm talking about it, you know, and why it's so upsetting. Which I guess is kind of dumb. Whoop. Oh, I guess I actually, yeah, it must have. Yeah, I touched my touchpad, sorry. But I don't know. I started the conversation, me rambling to myself while I cleaned this gas station, went there, and it's just what came out, you know? And like I said, fuck those dudes. But even then, I understand that at least there must be something in them that is just like, this is just, I'm scared. And this is the only way I know to ensure that the things that I am scared of don't happen. And that's what I was talking about before with like everyone has a thing that they're scared of. Everything is based off of these fears. No, I think those are good. I could leave those. Yeah, let's start getting these like little individual items here. I just wish there were an easier way to like get to these people, you know? Because I always think about like really big bad sorry. Got kind of locked in for a moment there. Like really bad like corporate heads, you know? Like the type of people that you don't always hear about, and they dedicate their entire wealth to destroying things, you know? Or shareholders. Generating value for shareholders, you know? And it's like, dude, like, if you weren't so short-sighted, you could guarantee the exact thing you wanted. Which was like wealth. You want wealth? Then show everyone that you're like a good person and worthy of investment, you know? Because that is what gets people in and moving all the time. You know? You know? Like if you weren't so stuck up on making sure that this next quarter was profitable, then you could have everything that you wanted. But no, because this quarter has to be profitable, then everything else just goes away. And then ultimately, you'll go down. Your businesses will fail, public opinion will turn, and then you'll only have it for as long as you can keep that money coming into the politicians, you know? Damn, this part is getting crazy in terms of topics. Wow. I'm feeling it, though. I'm going to keep going. And it's like, oh, you idiot. If you wanted that thing forever, you could have just not been an asshole. You could have just established a bit of goodwill. And even then, like, companies, like, mess with that. I think WWE talked about it publicly, about, like, they do certain charity things as kind of buying goodwill from the public. You know? That's why they do all these Make-A-Wish things. So that way when people hear about the awful stuff that WWE might be doing behind the scenes, they give them a bit of a pass. But I guess to some degree, there is a bit of like, there's an honesty. And no, I'm just here for like right now. I need it right now. I don't want the money forever. I want the money right now. I'm just like, I mean, okay. you know? It's just a frustration. With like, oh, like things could be so much better. You could have everything you want and everything that everyone else wanted, but it's not about all of us together, it's about you. You know? But thankfully, looking around, I'm seeing a lot of people these days that are very into, oh no, it's all of us together. That's the thing. That's the thing that'll work. More and more, you're seeing that around, you know? And getting out of the Republican Democrat mindset. Oh my God, I'm going so hard today. I don't know why. Being in this heat, in this gas station heat, is doing something to me. Yeah, you know, it's getting away from all of that, and I see that happening more and more. People on extremes, they are seeing like, oh no, like this is, it's never for me. It's always for them. Them being the crazy people that I've been talking about. The people who think that with enough money and enough wealth and enough names on things that they won't die. That they won't eventually be moved on from. You know? That maybe those fears that they have won't become a reality. When all they're doing is just absolutely guaranteeing that is exactly what will happen. It's a cycle of pain and despair. And they are guaranteeing that they're fulfilling it. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, there's a little bit on the slide still somewhere. There we go. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, it's a very specific kind of disappointment. Of like, oh, I thought that you could be better than this. I thought that you could be a part of helping to bring everything to like, so where everyone has everything and it's not just you. And it's a shame to see so many people be stuck in the well, I need mine. When it's like, well, yeah, the whole thing is for all of us to get ours. That's the thing. That's what it's all about. You know? I've heard about this before in terms of people would talk about it in like gaming terms, like with like Fortnite, you know? I don't care if I win, I want you to lose. It's that kind of mindset. It's that kind of horrific mindset. And that's the mindset that people have. It's like you're guaranteeing that you're not going to win, but you are guaranteeing that we are all going to lose. And somehow that just hits for people, I guess. I don't understand. I don't get it. Oh, there it is. That's what I was after. Pardon me. Oh yeah. I don't know why I'm going off so much today, but I guess it just feels right. Well, I'm not saying anything crazy. Breaking news. There are greedy people who are putting themselves above everyone else. Shocker. I guess it's just, it's what I talk about usually. Like, don't suffer in silence. Speak your mind, get your feelings out. Better to do that than be a statistic. And I do not want to be a statistic. I want to be helpful, and I want to be strong. Whatever that means. That's what I want to be. As impossible of a descriptor as being strong is, you know? I feel like that has so many definitions, but I think I have my own kind of working definition of what I would like it to be. It says it's not a physical thing. There is a certain amount of physical that is involved in it, you know. But most of it is mental and emotional. That's like what being strong is to me. It's a quiet thing. You know? I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I fuck with bodybuilders, you know? You know, I think they're very cool. It's an incredible sport. Seeing the different techniques that people have and like the standout stars, you know, crazy, truly. But when I'm talking about being strong, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about a quiet thing, a mental thing, an emotional thing. Like I think certain characters in media are strong. I think just to give you an idea of what I mean, I think like Spider-Man is strong. And obviously he's physically strong, but I think most of what makes Spider-Man strong is that thing that he has inside of him that makes him put the suit on. You know? The thing that makes him do all of this and never ask for anything back. Though with great power comes great responsibility. That's what makes him strong. He saw something that only he could do, but it was difficult, and it was awful, and it sucked. Is this all done? There's the floor, the cactus, support. I think it's just the floor. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Yay! Oh, got a trophy. Dropped the ball. Roll the ball down the playground slide. Okay, nice. All right, let's get a couple of these like little auxiliary items, and then I guess we'll get that, and then we'll start working on the big floor. I was totally right. This is a big fucking job. I think Spider-Man is strong. I think that the father who works the 13-hour shift so he can provide for his kids, I think that dude's strong. I think the mom who works 2 jobs because her baby daddy was a piece of shit who left, and she works 2 jobs to support her kid, I think she's strong. In the way that I'm talking about. It's a dedication. It's a willingness to help others in a very real way, you know. That's what I mean when I say I would like to be strong. I would like to care for others. I would like to ensure that the people that I care for and love are okay. I want to make sure that there's as little hardship in the world as there can be, you know? Nothing is ever perfect. There will always be things that need to be improved. But I want to get them as close to that perfection as we can get, you know? To me, that's being strong. That's what that word means when I say it, you know? Because words suck. Words suck. English sucks. It's, you know, I say one thing and you hear a different thing, and then you have your own interpretation of what you hear. Words suck. They're so hard to use. So that's why I give my own description, my own approximation with examples of what I mean. So that way it's a bit clear what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about being strong, I'm talking about shit like that. And that's what I want to be. I want to be strong, and I want to be willing to help others. I want to be willing to make things better. You know? I want kind of everyone to be able to live in the way that they see fit, in the way that they would like to present themselves. Because even like I know I don't present myself in a way that everyone is like cool or, you know, interested in. Everyone has their own like little things. And, oh wow, that's wow. So that's why I say that, because I want people to be able to enjoy and live their life how they want to. Assuming it doesn't hurt anyone, of course. You know. That's always the catch. Another new job, I think. Rusty Gasket. Powerwash Services. 2 quick questions. Are you open for business? And do you have a gravel pit to slow down out of control vehicles? I'm fast approaching your yard. No, I do not, Rusty Gasket. So if you could steer the fuck away from me, but also make sure you hit that gnome in the middle of the road. Thank you. Guess things aren't gonna be quite as smooth once we get back home. That's okay. We'll make do. We'll try to live. Because to me, I think being strong in that way makes you a good person. I think that's like the back end of what I want to be. I want to be a good person. Whatever the fuck that means too. But usually, to me, that means being strong. In the way that I've talked about. Caring for others, being willing to help, and not being only focused on, you know, yourself. I should really just bring this over. Yeah, there we go. Well, then, can I just... Yep, there we go. Ooh, down here, down here. Oop, there we go. Arm, flower. That little thing. Flower. I think that's it for this area, right? I just saw something. There we go. This backside, yeah. There we go. Pot, stem. I don't know why my stomach just growled. I hope you didn't hear that. Come on. Where are you? Here we go. Let me check this. I don't see a cactus thing. Gas station. Playground. Hide cleaned. Cactus floor curb. Oh, so just the floor then. Okay. Then yeah, I think it's time we get this going. We have a little bit of funds here. Could I I'm gonna splurge a little bit. Get that. Oh, flush surface. On surface cleaner and all of its attachments at the same time. Nice. And I guess I'll save up for the rest of this. Yeah. Man, this part is jumped around all manner of different directions. Guess it's just how it is. Usually with the other games that I play, there's more things to focus on, you know? Like in terms of like immediate reactions or something like that. But this Powerwash Simulator is very quiet, very meditative. And there's not a lot going on, so I'm just allowed to just start yapping. There we go. I don't know if I need that really. Yeah, I think I can. Oh, not bad. There we go. Let's get the playground cleaned up. Let's get yeah, you know, yeah, if I do this, then that does pretty much everything. So do that instead. Very nice. It's good to feel helpful, you know. Like, it's good to get your own wants and desires out there, but it's also just good to feel helpful, you know. I think that's one of the most impactful things that you can feel. I think it just goes back to humans being very social creatures. We just want to know that we helped out the tribe. You know? That's really all it is. And I really relate to that, you know. It feels good when you're helping people out. And we can here we go. Must be like a little odds and ends here and there that I must have missed. There we go. Nice. What else is on the playground? Slide guard and tower post. Slide? Is that the slide guard? No. Is this the slide guard? Slide guard? Hello? Tower? I just saw it. Is it you? Back there? Oh, damn. I didn't even... Okay. Slide guard. What is that, though? I just saw it. Okay. Okay. I don't see anything there. Oh, yeah. Nice. That's how you get it done. Okay. Seems like almost all of these are the bumper guards, which are over there, the parking sign, and then one of the walls. Where's this parking sign? Hello? Nick, can you get out of here, please? Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then, yeah, the wall, and then the rest of it is just the wall and the roof trim. And a canopy pillar? Whatever. I'll figure it out. Damn it, which one is that? There we go. Now we're just cleaning up the floor. Yeah, I feel like today was such a wide range of topics. Talked about every little thing. But like I mentioned, that's how these Powerwash Simulator parts usually end up. This is my time to get some thoughts out. Clean up some places. What's up, Lou? I can feel a rumbling deep down in my gizzard. That thing's not far off now. Is it like a... this house truck that you were talking about, Lou? Cool. Slowly making our way around this entire area. I don't know what it is that makes this like engaging, but I feel like engaged right now. I feel like I'm like, yep, just keep it going, keep it going. It's such a strange way that ultimately we just want to be useful, and I think it has a little something to do with. Even though something is dirty, that doesn't mean, you know, you can't clean it up. Anything can be cleaned up. I think that goes back to a very instinctual want to fix things that humans have. Just a special kind of feeling, you know? Oh, I'm getting that close to the end, huh? Starting to show up the little, hey, this is what you gotta fix. It's good. We'll get there. This is definitely gonna be one of the longer episodes lately. This is what I expected, but still, wow. There we go. We'll get there. Slowly but surely, we're gonna clean this up. Look at this floor, man. Wow. Really coming along. Ooh, sorry about the quick interruption. I had this monstrous cough out of nowhere. It was so loud. I usually like to keep these as unedited as possible, sort of. But yeah, there's no way I was just gonna leave that in. That was so loud. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Mm-hmm. All right, let's get these cleaned up. Yeah. Oh, got that. Nice. Yeah, then there's just this stray wall somewhere. It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna find it. You? Ah, okay. Then it's just floors and the roof trim. Roof trim. Oh, I can. I saw it. I just saw it myself. Yeah, now it's just floors and curbs. Okay. Back at it. Back at it. Yeah, man, this is gonna look so good once we're finished. It's already looking much better, but once the whole shebang is all finished up, oh yeah. There we go. Just kind of walking this area down. Let's get back to how we should. Taking it a little slow. Making sure we're hitting every little bit we need to hit. Yeah. I don't know why this game elicits the feeling that it does. Did I talk about it? I totally talked about that already. This is a long part. I can talk, but man, sometimes it's a little hard. Here we go. Try this new technique here. I don't know why that looked so much longer when it was just a smaller one. There we go. Let's clean up these curves. What's up, Lou? Oh, I guess the big one's a no-show. You must think I'm a right one. I think it probably just didn't happen, Lou. Don't assume I distrust you or anything. I'm sure it's massive. That thing's out there, though. You mark my words. I bet, Lou. I bet it's a mother hubber of a house on wheels, man. I don't know why sometimes I cuss, but then other times I don't. I don't know. Who knows? Am I trying to be clean? Why? Maybe I'm just trying to spice up my language. A little bit of fun and engagement, you know? Ooh. Is he gonna cuss? Fudgesicles! Aw, oh, damn, I thought he was gonna say... I don't know. Whoa. Excuse you. It kind of scared me. There we go. And that's good. So then I think, yeah, it's just the... Alright. Let's hop to it. There you go. Get back up there where you belong. This must use so much water. I remember in the first game there was like challenges where you could try to do it in as little water as possible. Let's tell man, like, wow. It must use so much water to do all this. I guess, lucky I'm not paying for it. This gas station guy or whatever is paying for it. Unfortunately, since really the people who are making him clean up should at least help out, you know. They fucked him over every other fucking way. Go. Almost there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Nice. These little areas. There we go. I do love all the extra tools that they brought in for this game. Like this one, I don't know. There's just something. It just feels right to be cleaning like the floors and whatever else I use this to clean. You know, just feels right. Nice. No, that's in the way. Get out of the way. Come on, we're right there, man. Nice. Let's check that time lapse. Nice. Nice, nice. Sugar, I don't know what to say. Me and Ron have been out front for hours, gazing at your handiwork with tears in our eyes. We ain't seen the place looking like this in many a year. Anyway, look. Ron's giving me this cheeky smile and dashed indoors, and now there's some soul music floating out the windows. Let's hope Marvin keeps himself to that roof for a while. Oh my god. All right, open up. Open a bug. Good for you. If it's been you guys are feeling good, long-term relationship like that, good for you. Good for you. All right. Let's see what we can get at the store. We got a ton of money. Oh no, yeah, that we're good with. We're waiting to kind of go to the next step, which is the Urban X Max furniture catalog. Art Deco desk. Sewing machine. A lamp. Another couch. I'm not sure. Let's do the piano. Okay, let's get a piano. Piano needs a chair. A chair. What about any of these other things? What are these? Oh, these are like with the P currency too. Okay. Ooh, I might have to swap this out. I'm kind of liking this 80s one in the cat suit. Washer cosmetics. Okay. Van. Oh, these are all damn. Some of these are nice though. Love that red one. Love the 80s one. The alt blue one too. The light blue looks very nice. It does. It really does. Well, yeah, this $1,000 is just sitting in my pocket. Looks like. Where are you? Wash. Let's get you sudsed up. There's no way this is good for the piano. This wood is about to start warping. Huh? It's just coming off. Whatever. Maybe it doesn't need to be that kind of deep clean. Maybe it's just like dusty, I guess. There we go. Looking good, feeling good. I'm about to make this piano real nice. There we go. Make sure we're getting this thing head to tippy toe. Nice, nice, nice. Get your undercarriage. And your pedals. There we go. Yeah, get that like right here. No, I'm trying to. Come on. Yep. Right. Come on. Right. Okay. All right. I guess not. Maybe over here. But let's try to line it up as best we can. There we go. A little off, but okay, that's fine. Yeah. Oh. And then little stew, little. Damn. Nice. Get your little stew. You know? I don't play piano. But thanks for being here for this incredibly long part of Powerwash Simulator 2. That gas station was a lot. And I think in the next part we'll have... we'll see. Definitely lower in pricing, so I assume it won't be as large. Maybe we could tag team those. Anyway, thanks for being here. I've been Josuke. This has been Powerwash Simulator 2. This is Ulysses. This is Bubbles. This is Squeak. This is my business. My Powerwash business. Thanks for being here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to stick around for more unhinged Powerwash Simulator 2 rants about whatever. Every one of these parts ends up devolving into, here's my thoughts on this. Whatever. Thanks for being here. I've been Josuke. Remember, you're strong, you're important, you matter, you're special. Don't suffer in silence. Seek help if you need help. Nothing wrong with asking for help. You'll get stronger, it'll get easier. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.